We are an organization committed to faith. We're not about tearing down faith, but we also are open to those who are seeking and trying to understand in a way that's so common today. There are a few other religion news services out there, but none of them cover specifically the niche that we do in progressive Christianity.
I think Baptist News Global is really helpful in giving pastors the opportunity to have a voice beyond their own church walls.
It's a place to speak to the church and to the culture and to the academy to some extent. In academia, a surprising amount of impact happens in short form kind of opinion pieces, editorial pieces in journalism. Relevance, impact. I couldn't imagine doing my career without the outlet of Baptist News Global.
I think that B&G is a place where folks can go and safely deconstruct. I think they may not always agree with all the perspectives offered there, but I think that's a place where they can go to work through their spirituality, to work through the context of our political system and the implications that has on our lives as Christians.
I'm so grateful to B&G for being a place where I have a voice. And I'm especially grateful for the partnership that Baptist Women in Ministry has with Baptist News Global, in which we are inviting women and their perspectives to be included within the publications of Baptist News Global. And we want to uplift women's voices in a very intentional way to make sure that they are not just present, but permeating the Baptist landscape.
I know Luke talks about that, and it's one of those things where we've all been called to be an eyewitness, but we've been called to be an eyewitness and tell the truth and don't hold it back. So it's impacted me in the sense of where sometimes you get to tell the truth to people to what you have seen and not what they want you to see. And the two are very different in a ecosystem. I find where it's getting harder and harder to be a journalist in today's culture because people want you to see their truth and not what you actually see.
Baptist News Global has really done a great job of expanding the voices in which people are reading, listening to, and also amplifying throughout not just our Baptist context, but also an interfaith and even a non-faith community that we had never imagined before.
I also think that one of the things that's important is that many of the writers from B&G come from our local Baptist churches, and not just a particular kind of church, but a variety of churches, because some of the better articles I read are written by people in the pew who have a passion for authentic Baptist life.
Yeah, B&G has been terrific as a source of information about what's going on in aspects of religious life that I'm interested in. They also help me have a context for understanding the world and as it unfolds, because every day there are new things happening for which there are religious implications. And often the opinion pieces that are offered there allow me some perspective on what's going on in the world.
What I found at Baptist News Global, that I would always have a place to speak into something that needs to be said, even if it is close to home, even if it is something that might be harder for folks to hear. And I've seen that from other folks as well in their writing, that they write hard things that call us out and don't just say they're not doing the right thing, but we're not always doing the right thing. And that's really valuable for us to hear.
Baptist News Global has people's attention, especially if you say something provocative. It's a place to say something thoughtful. I'm never censored, I'm never edited, except for clarity. I have total freedom. I can spend whatever number of words I feel like I need to spend on a thoughtful reflection on something, and that I take very seriously.
Our congregation really benefits from Baptist News Global because we have folks in our church who are deconstructing. They're in some mode of deconstructing their evangelical faith. And so maybe someone is dealing with some deconstruction theology on BNG. They can go there and sit with some of the good work being done there.
You know, I'm just so grateful that there is an independent news organization that provides such exceptionally curated coverage on matters of faith. There's nobody who does that better than Baptist News Global.
So I'm glad to support Baptist News Global because I think it's reliable, it's dependable, it's immediate, and it's relevant to the day in which we live.
B&G offers a platform that amplifies diverse voices that are critical to conversations about politics, religion, and faith in our country and around the world.
The truth of the matter is journalism is things that you're gonna like, things that you're gonna question, and things that you're just not gonna like. That's journalism.
Without a source like BNG to share the stories, the insights, the perspectives, we would be without the kind of context building that's needed for us to do good work in theological education.
I support Baptist News Global because they open doors for us to hear voices and perspectives that we don't hear otherwise.
So let me just say to everyone who's a part of the B&G family, whether you're a donor or a reader or a board member or a columnist or someone who's contributed something along the way, thank you. We could not do what we do without you. You really are the heart and soul of us. Your gifts of money and time and readership and sharing and content, all of these things come together. And we like to say that we're involved in change-making conversations.